Welcome back, bee people. I'm finally putting some handles on these things. So today we're going to take this apart a bit, inspect a little more thoroughly. I'm putting a handle near the bottom on any piece of hive that has one below it, so that I can then put one on the top, so you can put your pry bar between them. And for the upper handle, I'm keeping it 3/4 of an inch down from the top edge so that the screws don't protrude into the rabbeted area here where the frames hang.
It's just so big, gluey here.
Plenty of bees here. And that's hardly even built on this side.
Yeah. Pollen, honey. This one looks more normal. Top was just filled with hay. Because I was reading on the bee forum, and the other one, since they're building in the top and the bottom, they might actually have 2 queens. That looks actually pretty normal.
As does the side of this one, eh?
Yep, they're just storing honey. Which is good. And right now we're trying to actually determine if we should start feeding them again, because I think I overfed them by a couple weeks. But this is the time of year normal people would be feeding them anyway. What now?
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
There's a little bit of brood here. Alright, I see some larvae, and then if you look really closely in there, you can see some eggs too, so... And then these are all... Oh, those might even be queen cups. But yeah, it looks like she might be laying right now. So, and then the one next to it looks like more of the same. So yeah, she's up here laying. Because for a while I was worried I fed them too much, and I didn't really know about this at the time, but there's a condition called honey bound, where if you give them too much sugar water, they can fill it, the bees will just keep saving it, and then the queen won't have anywhere to lay. So I was pretty concerned about that, but they actually seem like they're fine. I can see eggs, I can see larvae, I can see brood. Not a lot, it's not really a lot, but she should be slowing down this time of year. A lot of the times they'll take a break because there's not too much nectar right now. And so she will take a break from laying or lay smaller sets. So I'm not actually very concerned now.
Okay, now let's remove this top section using our new prying points with an ordinary flat bar rather than a bee-oriented one. That loosens right up. Right up. There we go. And with that 3/4 inch space, you can get your fingers in under the handle. Start at one end. There. Setting this over onto a spare base that we have.
And nobody died,
To minimize bee crushing.
Pretty sure. You might have noticed our improved bee gear. They get kind of aggressive this time of year because there's less flowers out in the field and less for the mature bee to do. Pretty much that's their job, the oldest bees. They just look for flowers. So they'll be more bees will be sitting around board at home, and they also feel a really strong need to protect the honey they have because it's the only thing that's going to help them survive the winter. So I actually bought a bee suit because they were a little angry last time.
And there's just a ridiculous population of bees right now.
Yes. Another thing about overfeeding, next year I might actually try it again on a... Problem is, if you do it on one hive, you can encourage robbing, but it really did produce a huge, huge amount of bees, and they're all, very healthy. A little bit of brood on the bottom, but almost exclusively capped. It looks like some hatching's going on right now. Okay, I think we're not going to go down any further than this because I can see eggs, I saw larvae, I saw capped brood. Not a lot of it, but I think that's just the time of year. So I think we're just going to let them be for now and maybe consider feeding again in October. Because it's still pretty warm here, so I think they're fine.